Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Nova tournaments as we move in to game number 2. It's going to be one of the more interesting ones this evening. I'm kidding. The last one was so interesting. Altered Edge almost able to take over PNC, but now we are looking at NDE versus Kill Squad. Two teams that have been doing absolutely exceptionally well in the last few games, in the last few areas as a result. NDE just coming off a loss last week, 7-3, as Kill Squad coming off a win, 7-4 against NTE Gaming. However, we have seen how good NDE can be when they have the right gears firing, and as we said, we were thinking that Altered Edge didn't have the gears firing, and then all of a sudden they did. Moving into the map, Vito Cafe is going to be banned off the board. Border, Theme Park, and Chalet on the opposite end for Kill Squad. Skyscraper, Clubhouse, Oregon, and Bank will be removed. So Villa will be the map of choice with NDE on the defensive side. But what do you think about these two teams, Elijah?
I mean, NDE, Kill Squad, both exceptional teams. We've seen NDE just do nothing but improve throughout their last couple seasons as well. I've seen NDE play Villa specifically, and I did like how they showed up against it, so I could imagine that them having the comfortability of starting out that defense is going to be a really strong aspect on how the very first half of the game is going to go. But Kill Squad, they got some sharp gunners on their team. You have to be a little bit careful of how they attack, because they can show up with so much aggression and it'll just face check the side of NDE, and eventually it'll be a scary factor.
Well, with Kill Squad, we've definitely seen that their attacking half is absolutely exceptional. And then obviously on their defending half, they have struggled in a lot of these situations. But look, here we are, all the beautiful faces from both sides, left and right, for both of these two amazing teams. As it looks like we are ready to get involved. Half having a little bit of a rave in his room at the moment, but that is what it is. First band's going to be coming through. Dokkaebi is going to be removed immediately. Such an oppressive operator in the most recent seasons, especially when it comes to her utility. Second band's going to be coming in. It should be the good old Thatcher being removed off the board, but it's not. It's going to be another operator that has been annoying. It is going to be the knock, and that will lead to the defensive side of bans. What do you think of the defensive side of bans, besides Solus?
I mean, besides Solus, I do like the getting rid of the Solus part, especially on a map like Villa, where it's very heavily intel based in terms of letting those pre-placed drones help you get that early control and confidence in entering. But I would say you want to get rid of a mirror here. And that Valkyrie, that works as well. Looks like both of these teams are looking forward to just getting rid of that intel. Like I said earlier, like Villa, it's a very strong aspect.
Well, moving into round number 1, second floor trophy, second floor statue will be the site of choice. And we'll start off over there for NDE. They'll need to cut off a lot of their angles, and especially with their extension. We expect a lot of extensions to be coming in from these two teams. As I say that, it will be going over into Aviator, and we can already see one player completely running off site, heading straight over to get that set up for now. Now, extensions, what are they used for? They're there to bleed time, possibly find picks, and make it a little bit more difficult for the opposing operators coming into play. Name's Dave, also looking to cut off a few of the angles, and it looks like we're not going to be seeing a few of the shot holes except for one set for downstairs. So are we going to be looking at a double extension, or are we going to be looking at just one at this current stage? It all depends on what they choose. It looks like Kiwi will be set up for that extension on the opposite side of the map as Gospel. Will he be playing downstairs? Maybe not, but here comes Kill Squad, and they're ready to feed.
Looks like a traditional sort of take from the ruins. All of them are spawning on that side rather than a usual split that you would see, but I do like the mention of the extensions that you brought. Not only have they headed a little bit over towards the classical hallways to, you can see Kiwi is holding on that books angle, but they are trying to stay away from that vertical play that those grenades potentially can become a huge issue by holding downstairs as well. Happy Brown Ted, though, is going to be able to find their very first pick onto the round, and a big pick as well as Bennicles falls, and he has their Finker, which is essentially just the medic for the attack side. It's a good first pick to have.
Oh, Kiwi able to find a little bit of damage, not enough there, as a Happy Brown Ted will actually find one. And that will be the kill on to Culture as he gets knocked down. But the trade-off is there. So KS already losing 2 members. NDE looking to start to make their way up. Try and identify the exact position of players. Kiwi once again will be able to spot out one. It will be SV and or 7 as Rice will know that a player is close. The flashbang is going to be made. Faulty's able to confirm the kill onto Kiwi, and now they can start getting their players back up. A 3-on-3 is still quite doable for Kill Squad. Gospel is going to be sitting downstairs, makes the decision. He does need to fall back towards the site. A minute and 15 seconds remaining. It's still a huge amount of time for Kill Squad to start pushing up their players and their operators. Faulty will be looking to cut off any sort of rotationary play. Rice is going to jump on the outside, maybe push in towards the master, see if he can find something on the opposite side of the map. But for now, Kill Squad, they've got 60 seconds. Gonna need to make a play.
I say that was a successful extension. You know, you might have brought it down to an even 3-3, but the damage that you did to 7, plus, you know, obviously taking out some of those frags yourself, it's made it a lot easier. You're able to bleed that time. That'll put them in a rough position when their execute comes their way. They've had to do these really long rotates, which you can see Rice. He wants to go up these Astro stairs. He's already rappelled down into the kitchen to make his way up the Astro stairs. 7, going for a little bit of an entry onto the statue, but he's got a lot left to clear. He's got a little bit of a cooked grenade. He hasn't thrown it in just yet, but half on a Friday. He's looking to get that first initial engagement. Try to dodge the flash as well, but it will connect to him. But he is playing close onto the door. A little bit of a swing from the grenade to be able to clear that angle, but you will find the down. Faulty getting that kill, leaving it down to a 2v3, but a pre-placed E4 is going to take off 7. Rice to get a kill of his own in the process, but a little bit of a trade comes out for both of the sides, as Gospel is able to find a kill onto Rice and take it down to a 1v1. But Faulty is aware of the position, and a 1-tap to end out the very first round. And it'll go in the Kill Squad's favour.
Faulty having a wonderful time there, and I mean, that just shows you how incredibly amazing it has been from the side of Kill Squad in their last sets of play, in their last areas really, and their play styles. And I mean, you saw it there, back and forth, every single kill that was possibly problematic for the side of Kill Squad. They had someone ready to go, and a lot of that time it was Faulty who was able to pick up those kills in those positions. So Kill Squad will find the first setup for and against NDE, and I believe it is going to be a very tough run for them to secure this completely. And now, once again, we look at this extension. It's going in to the opposite side, so they'll look to shut down any sort of push coming in towards this master bedroom, this master sort of area. Happy Brown Ted will look to start opening up and trying to see if he can find some sort of angle, some sort of direction where he can guide the opposition players into his faithful clutches.
Do you like the fact that NDE are doing their extensions, you know, doing the usual things that you need to sort of hold this map control? Because Villa specifically, you need to have control of the map, get those early picks before they do their initial push into the site, because when you're left alone in the site, you haven't been able to get some of these early picks. It is literally just a little box for you. You know, there's so many angles that you need to be wary of. It is a soft floor as well, so you need to be a little bit careful of those frag grenades as well, which you can already see they're trying to get, you know, working for them. Culture, he's made his way down through through that main entrance as well. He's trying to clear out those main stairs, but he's got those frag grenades in his pockets as well. 7 to find the very first kill into the round onto Gospel, and that'll remove your Wamai from play. So if he didn't put all of his Wamai discs down yet, which you couldn't have, you know, they load out throughout the middle of the rounds. That's a good pick to have. Be able to clear out that utility as early as you can, especially with all the frag grenades and flashes that you've got in your utility belt. It's going to help you with your initial push in the end. You can see it already coming into effect as they've already got control of these main stairs. Trying to get control of the books will be next on the list.
Well, we've got a player moving up onto the main stairs. Kiwi's able to take down 7. So that will bring it back to a 4-on-4. Faulty looking to try and see if you can spot someone close or even near, but the movement's going to start to come through. Rice is going to be making his way up. One player still down in 90. It will be a Happy Brown Ted just sitting there waiting. Kiwi is actually going to get spotted out. Culture's nade will come through the floor, be able to find the player and immediately remove him off the board. Still 3 other members remain sitting safe and easy inside of the site. That will be spotted out. Culture will be the one to find that player just sitting close. Smoke grenade looking like it wants to come through. A Happy Brown Ted in the perfect position, but they know his position. He was spotted by some sort of drone, and that is the immediate removal of 1. 2 players now sit in sight. I believe on a Friday, half on a Friday, my apologies. I almost called him Happy Brown Ted, is down in 90. As I say that, he'll start making his way back towards the opposite side. They need to be looking for this push to come in towards B's side. Rice is sitting in a perfect position there, but it looks like they're not expecting it just yet. They're expecting this push to come from main. Rice will make his way in. Plant will be attempted. Now name's Dave. Nitro cell in hand. Will go out. It will be able to find the kill onto Rice. 2 players will start to make their way in. A half on a Friday is able to find 1 onto Culture. There's still 2 more remaining. Faulty will try and pick up the angle, but with 8 seconds remaining, he's made the misplay that they didn't need to find. Needs to clear this player close, but name's Dave will find the kill. Dad buffs do not save him in this regard.
I mean, a 1-1. They fixed their problems, and they are able to get themselves an even scoreboard for both of these teams, and well fought as well. You tried it really good. I liked how slow they played. It was methodical, but maybe just a little bit too slow in terms of getting your execute working functionally. You spend a lot of time downstairs, but those are the things that you need to do in order to help clear out some of these early picks. And it worked out well, but when it came down to your initial take, those shotguns, those C4s that you weren't able to clear off with these early picks, they became a problem in the end. That'll force you in a really rough position. And they're going to have to change to the master bedroom now. And they'll do the exact same extension by the looks of it before. This time bringing a little bit different operators. I like the Frost. You have to be a little bit careful with their trap operators.
Trap operators, what a pain for a lot of these teams. How annoying, to be honest. It is such... I'm going to say it is the most pain I ever could have. But in these situations, it is what it is. Nothing more that we could basically do about it. It's all up to the way that Kill Squad look to approach it. And right now, NDE are looking ready and prepped to fully control this scene so far. Now, no movement is going to be made just yet from the side of NDE. They're just going to try and play this extension for as long as possible. Bleed as much time as they possibly can. And the movement will be slow. Every bit of play from these two teams seems to be one of some sort of slow play style. Happy Brown Ted looking to get a little bit aggressive, see if he can take out this player inside of study, but they know he's there. The ping has already gone out. The nade's going to be cooked perfectly. It will do the damage, but it will not find the kill. 7 will start looking to move down the stairs, not able to spot out the player and his position, but now they know that one player will be on the roam for the rest of the round.
Doing good for time at the moment if you are on the side of Kill Squad. As well for intel, they are being very thorough in how they push, but Kiwi He's not going to let it slip. He's able to get the kill onto Culture, remove the drones as well. They're trying to get a little bit of a pinch action going, but Gospel is going to find a kill of his own as well in the process and be able to remove Faulty from play. Kiwi trying to get away with his life still intact. He doesn't want to be punished for his pick. Looks like he'll be able to do so successfully. Dave to find a kill of his own, and it's all falling apart for Kill Squad at the moment as they're unable to find any grip at all on NDE as they're roaming freely against them and making it really hard for them to do anything. Minute 14 left still and no progression to be made.
Well, they've still got 2 players on full HP, and the only good thing is that NDE have got a lot of players on very low HP. Rice just not able to find the position of a Happy Brown Ted, but it may have been heard. SVN7 able to find the kill onto Dave as Rice will start making his way up. I don't think the player has actually noticed that he's there, but it is going to be found out. Kiwi does have the diffuser now. This round looking very unwinnable for 7, and as I say that, a Happy Brown Ted will come up from behind, absolutely dominate the scene, and that is a scary prospect for the side of Kill Squad. Right now, NDE are looking well in control of this map and this series so far, but it all depends on what happens. I mean, we're into round number 3. They've been able to secure a few of their main sites. They're now going to have to go into kitchen or into library. They don't have the choice of the other 2 sites at this current stage. So this is where it starts to bring up the questions. If KS, if Kill Squad can secure this site, then NDE will most likely switch back to the last 2 sites that they've been able to win just to secure them, get the 4-2. If not, then Kill Squad will have to fight continuously on sites that they have already lost, which could lead to a 5-1 situation. But right now, I think Kill Squad, they'll be looking at least for the 3-3, if not the 4-2. But they've got a lot of work on their hands.
I mean, it is kitchen. It is that tertiary site. And with the aggression that Kill Squad brings with their stack, you can imagine that they're going to feel quite comfortable against NDE on this site specifically. But with the way that NDE have been playing, their defense so far has been so top-notch that it's definitely going to be scary for Kill Squad to push anything without the proper intel or anything like that. But you can see they're trying to get that intel early on. Faulty as well, he's got the IQ, which will help for those little things like the cap can traps that they've bought. The ADSs as well, so you can help clear the bulletproof cameras. And you can tell, not only bringing 1 bulletproof camera, but 2, Gospel running it on Castle. They're focusing on that intel. They want to have as much intel as possible before doing their initial pushes and defenses, their extensions as well, which they're working really hard for. Ted, he's found himself upstairs accompanied by Half Honor, but it's a split defense all around.
Kiwi, Culture, so close to each other. Oh no.
Oh no.
He's gonna miss! He's gonna miss!
Oh, he's on the camera! Wait, what's going on? He's going to be able to spot out
Culture.
2. He's going to try to go for it again.
Culture.
He is doing a little bit of damage.
What is going on?
I don't even know, but Culture, somehow he manages to escape it. But no, the Capcan trap will shut him down. You can imagine the frustration that is going through his head at the moment. Thankfully, he has got his teammate there to help him. Maybe just that little bit to res him after that. But Kiwi is aware of his position, and he's going to be able to share that intel to the rest of his team to see if he could potentially pick up the kill. But nothing's come of it yet. It is still a 5v5 for both of these teams. Minute 10 still left on the board, and no kills to go out. A lot of damage, a lot of intel to be shared, but nothing serious in terms of taking control, getting your execute prepared. Nothing has been cleared out. you're sort of just positioning your players and what could be for nothing if you haven't cleared out some of this util. You're just going to be running into a kill box. You can see the flank already coming from Astro Stairs, half on a Friday. It's going to get something working as Gospel finds a kill of his own. The very first blood into the round is going to be traded back, though, as 7 finds a kill onto Dave, leave it to a 4-4. But Gospel is going to trade it back onto 7, but immediate down is going to find himself as Culture. He's got himself positioned into the pantry to find one of his own. Then we get down to a 3v3 now with only 26 seconds left of the clock. Half on is going to be able to find his way into the kitchen main, but Faulty and Culture are going to find him 2 kills for themselves, and the kit's going to go down, and Faulty's going to find the 3rd.
And that's exactly what Kill Squad want, as I said. Now, what's going to happen is they're going to go back to the sites that they know they can shut down. They know they can control. And NDE, maybe they will, maybe they won't. Maybe I get it wrong, but as far as I see right now, they should be looking to go back to the sites. Name's Dave. You can see it right there. He's saying, this is exactly what we're doing wrong. This is what we need to fix up. We need to do this ASAP because it's not working with that downstairs site. But it doesn't matter too much. If they choose to go back upstairs, which they have chosen to do, these are sites that they know they can hold. They know it's not difficult to shut down. They know it's an easy sort of win potential. It's pretty easy to just run through it all. But as I say that, adaptation is key. And Kill Squad, they have been known in the past and in the current for a lot of their adaptive ability. They can as easily identify the site control and the way that you're playing a site to adapt themselves inside the round to anything that you guys do in the round as well. In terms of it all right now, it feels like Kill Squad, yes, they've got their members set up. Yes, they know how to control their sites and control their situations, but I am still concerned when someone like Ben, who we've seen do so incredibly well in a lot of games, play incredibly significant. He's such a significant character, and then all of a sudden he's 0-4 and 7 just got picked up.
Ooh, another kill to go out as well. Culture being able to find it onto Gospel and even it up back to a 4v4. So it's not completely lost for either one of these teams, but the pre-placed drones of Ben is going to be able to find the positioning of Happy Brown Teddy Bear, and he's going to be able to fall off and potentially pick up a kill of his own. As you can see, the roam clear is going from below upwards just to sort of make sure that there aren't any potential pre-placed C4s that can bite them in the behind, which I believe has happened in the past for them. See Rice trying to make some work onto these main breaches there, but it's a little bit hard when they're electrocuted thanks to those bandits. Frag grenades are going to go out. Ben's going to cook it a little bit too much and have it a well done. Do some damage to himself in the process, but Culture, he's going to cook it nice, medium rare, leave it for Dave, be able to pick it up Amazon delivery. He's going to even it back. Happy Brown Ted though, he's in a good position. He's found himself in the living room. It doesn't look like they're too aware of the positioning, but from the last time I seen, they did have a pre-placed drone that's going to come into effect, and he's going to be able to find a lot of damage done to him. No kill to be picked out though, but it will scare him enough for him to rotate back. He'll have to bunker down with the rest of his team.
Well, the push is starting to come through. As we can see, 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining on the board. Culture looking to see if you can spot that player inside of the vault. Nade is going to be cooked and it will be sent, but it's not going to be medium rare. It's not even going to be close to the mark, and it's going to be sent back to the chef. As now one player will be playing down on red stairs. He will wait for the rotation coming in. I believe that's a Happy Brown Ted who's rotated all the way to the opposite side of the map. Rest of the members are from Kill Squad, just waiting for the calls to come through. They're waiting for this push of this player on the opposite side, as well as the positions of the players inside sight. They can only identify one at this stage. They know he is in vault. Expecting possibly a second player on the close angle. They need to clear out whoever's sitting there. That is a half on a Friday. And it looks like he's actually just going to move to a better position. Faulty can cut off the player on the rotation, but that's going to be it immediately. That's a huge pick. Diffuser is now down. Kiwi needs to start getting aggressive, but he's immediately picked up by Ben. Half on a Friday. Needs to find the kill. Isn't able to find one. Faulty's just going to push him. And that will be Kill Squad to get another round on the board. As it looks like right now.
Round.
NDE.
That's completely different.
They'll try to 3-3 it.
I mean, that's the like we always say, that's the best case of a worst scenario. Having a 3-3 split, it isn't the worst thing in the world. It's anybody's game from there. You're back to square one, ground zero. You sort of work off that, and you do have the comfortability of knowing exactly how your enemy's or opposition has played these last few rounds. So we do like a 3-3 split, but it's also about how comfortable you are on your switch up, whether you're just as comfortable on your attack as you were defense.
Well, at this stage, scarier times right now. The momentum is in the side of Kill Squad. They definitely have the ability to just start running away with this match. Can go 4-2 if they choose, and then just absolutely start dominating when they switch over to their defensive half. But as you said, it is a completely different setup, completely different play style. You need to have strats, you need to have cutoff potentials, or you just need two people to go out and frag the entire team, which we have seen through a few other teams in this competition. But as the preparation phase comes to an end and we start to see the push from KS coming into play, 7, he's going to be making his way on this outside. The Flores being brought in, that's going to remove a lot of utility. Faulty 7-2 right now for himself, needs to find a few kills, find something useful. As Ben back on his sledge, he'll be looking to try and see if he can pick someone up in the same regard. Nade will be cooked. Will be Rice to send it through. I believe maybe not. Or maybe it was just faked by Culture. As the drones will try and identify the exact position of the players. And Ben may just decide to jump straight in here.
He's got that comfortability to do so. Some reason, a little bit of an untraditional sort of hold. They've decided to reinforce those head holes that they had previously set up before, being a little bit scared of that. So they will forfeit the control of Master Bedroom to Kill Squad, so they'll be able to have that, no problems at all. 7, be able to run those Flores, be able to make use of those Intero drones, be able to find some util to clear out himself. Culture, be able to find the very first kill, and he's in a sight to jump through these wolf winners as well, and accompanied by the rest of his teammates. There's so much pressure as he finds the second onto the round. 7 finding one of his own, and it's just all falling apart for NDE. They've got no room to work with. Culture finding yet another kill, and a flawless round from Kill Squad is gonna end it out to a 4-2.
NDE?
Hello? Knock.
What happened
Are we
there?
awake?
Somehow Culture was just able to waltz straight into sight, able to get 2 kills, and then find the rest of the team. What was going on? I don't know, and we won't question it. I don't know how it happened. We'll just leave it at that. Have a good day. Flawless round. Congratulations, Kill Squad. They are now 4-2, and they are on their defensive half. So now is when this round starts to get interesting. This round is where it is all at. If Kill Squad can secure this round, NDE, they are looking in big trouble. They may not be able to shut down the momentum that Kill Squad currently has. And it all comes down to the way that they play, the way that they approach, the way that they position themselves. Right now, we're looking at an aviator take. So expect the extension to be pushed all the way in to Master, or just behind Master, I should say. Trophy statue, as well as having one player on the upstairs. It looks like 7. He's just going to be on a bit of a roaming position. No need to stand still. No need to go to anywhere else, as 90 will also be opened up. He's just on the search for drones. He's drone hunting. Able to find 3 so far, as Culture will be the only one in position for these players making their push on to Master.
you gotta do what you can. When Solus is banned, you won't be able to find those drones just given to you for free. You'll have to scout for them manually and open up those little peaky eyeballs for you to be able to find it and remove the intel from the attacking side. But speaking of being removed, though, Dave is going to find himself removed, as well as Rice. Was a nice trade for both of these teams. Going to come out and take it down to a 4-4 this early in the round, as the extension is doing a lot of work for bleeding time at the moment, and they're able to read into that, take their win, rotate away without being punished as of yet. So they're going to go back to bunkering down and leave Ben alone to be the only roamer left downstairs, and he hasn't been contested yet.
Well, I mean, look at this now. They're only just starting to get the drones in. A minute and 10 seconds technically lost off the board for NDE, and they lost one player. Diffuser still has not been picked up yet, so it looks like they're going to be taking that a little bit slower than they were expecting to. Essentially expecting to, full stop. Downstairs, however, it looks like a Happy Brown Ted might be wanting to start a little bit of a situation. Possibly downstairs. Maybe not. It doesn't no longer looks like it. Or it might be, as Ben will be in the perfect position to wait for a jump in. The back and forths go through. Ted's just going to give up. He needs to go back upstairs. Ben will do a 360. Almost make it a 180. Almost find the kill. And at this stage, with the 60 seconds on the board, that extension has done an amazing amount of work. They now need to get up halfway into 90. At least get the vault open at this stage. Nades will come through. The damage is going to be minuscule as 45 seconds come onto the board. And this is not looking like the best situation.
Just for kill squad, their defense is just so perfect against NDE. Not only did that extension do a lot of time for bleeding, but it also did so much damage. Look at the HP all along the side of NDE. Half on a Friday, he's going to do what he can to be able to take off Culture, but you're still in a really rough position of a 4v3 with Smoke still alive, with the shotgun doing that much damage. You have to be a little bit careful on how you choose to swing. You need to utilize some of this util. Yeah, Smoke Canister doing everything amongst clearing out time. Gospel can't even do anything as he is that low HP. Sort of kill to go out, or flurry of kills if that on the kill squad. But Gospel is going to do what he can. He will find Faulty, but the smoke won't let him push through the door at all. And kill squad will find themselves another round.
And that is it's, as I mentioned, it is the scariest application right now for NDE. They don't have any control. They don't have the ability to just shut down and keep going. They don't pick up the trades, and they're just not clearing as quickly as we've seen Kill Squad do. I mean, last round, they put their hard breacher onto that Montaigne, and the first person picked off was the Montaigne. It is very, very concerning if that is the situation that they are relying on. They do not have a secondary hard breacher. They don't appear to trust themselves enough with the secondary one just yet. And it's just costing them. Right now.
It's what you need to do, I mean, right? Like, if you need to have your plan A, right? Hey, we're going to use this as hard breach, right? But you need to have that plan B every single time, because if something goes wrong, I mean, you might not necessarily need to bring a secondary hard breach like all the time, but as long as you've got a clear, sure way of a plan B, you need it. Otherwise, you're going to struggle. You're going to find yourself stalling out, which is exactly what NDE just did. They struggled out on their roam clear. They got those early picks, but in the end, they had nothing left to do. The smokes just bleeding them for time. The roams doing so much damage against them, they were just completely discombobulated.
If you ask me, Elijah, I'd say a plan A to Z is what you always need when you're going against these sorts of teams. They can play so differently in every single match, and it's as expected. It's human error. They'll always play differently in every single match. So in that regard, you guys, well, you need to have a plan A through C. Every different type of way that you're about to be absolutely
Operation Alphabet.
destroyed. Operation Alphabet, as we love to see it. I wonder when they're going to make that an operation in Siege. But regardless for that, Rice is going to be brought down. Luckily, he is the Doc. He can get himself back up when he's ready. But it's not going to happen just yet. Trying to get out of view on half on a Friday won't be successful. As now, the rest of NDE will begin to make their push up.
Ooh. Good little rotates from Ben, able to utilize the util that that Oryx brings, but not enough though. Gospel's able to clear up the headshot nice and easy, as well as half on a Friday finding a kill of his own, and NDE about to find their very first round on this half at least, as Gospel is able to find the kill back onto 7, and they're looking to get a flawless, and they do it successfully.
And I mean, that was just cockiness, if I'm honest, from Kill Squad. The way that they played that, they were just trying to peek every single chance that they could get. They wanted to try and get those peaks shut down, and yeah, it was just straight cockiness. I think we will definitely see a different sort of adapted playstyle when it comes to the statue and the trophy setup. But for now, it's just left as it is. There's no real way to approach the way that they played that round. Very basic from the side of Kill Squad, but very interesting from the side of NDE. They may have actually chosen to give them that round so they can understand how the approach is going to be for this site. And they could see that a lot of the players decided that they were going to approach it from the bakery side. So maybe they put a little bit more aggression, a little bit more of a threat down there, and slow down the playstyles from the side of NDE. As it could be that KS, we're just having a bit of fun.
You've got the room for it at the moment. I mean, the lead that you had, it was 2-5. You've got some rounds that you can throw if you want to try some things that you hadn't before, but it's a risky play. You might forfeit one round, but it can also have the potential to give the opponents, NDE, some morals, you know, like some really high morale, some ego. Maybe they can find their footing, build momentum from there, and then by the end of it, when they've caught up to you, you're going to be kicking yourself because you shouldn't have given that round up in the first place.
Absolutely not wrong on that. Now on the southwestern side, looks like they're just trying to make their way in. Once again, they're pushing on this bottom floor, so they should be expecting this push to come through. But as I say that, a Happy Brown Ted's able to pick up Ben, and that is a really bad start for Kill Squad. They've still got so many members located on and off site that they need to clear, or they need to start getting a little bit of movement into play. Gospel's going to start making his way red stairs. That should give an immediate call to someone in the position, and it will be Culture who will be able to find that player. He now needs to know that he's got to fall back, straight back into sight. There's a player close. He's not going to expect him. It's going to be a Happy Brown Ted once again. Culture is going to be removed off the board. But as you said, with this Montaigne, so much can be cleared so quickly. And with 1 minute and 35 seconds remaining, it looks like right now, it's going to be a bit of a slow push coming in from NDE.
Well, the Kill Squad do need to be a little bit careful on how they choose to approach the defense of NDE, and it looks like NDE are just playing around with them at the moment. Doc, having that lovely capability of being able to get your teammates back up to 100 HP will come into effect and help 7 out of the rough predicament that he was in, as he managed to find himself down to Grenada, I believe it was. But he's going to get another one straight to the face. It will take a lot of HP off him again. He will manage to stay alive, though, thanks to the Doc buff that it gives you. Rice in an engagement of his own in front of the bathroom windows, but he will be accompanied by the player of Nomad, who will do a lot of damage, but he'll end up losing the engagement in the end, and for Monty to go backwards on his word. He'll find himself fighting for his life onto the Astro stairs. Faulty to get an engagement of his own onto the red stairs. He will lose that, and Happy Brown Ted will find a third kill into the round as he tries to go for the fourth, as 7 finds a kill of his own, take it down to a 2v2 now for both of these teams. As Happy Brown Teddy Bear finds the fourth. He has to go for the ace if he wants to win the round for his team, and he's got so much work left to do. 22 seconds left. He has got the diffuser. It will go down, and he's holding it for his team, and he's looking for the ace, and he will get it. Happy brown teddy bear, ladies and gentlemen, with a nice, swift ace to get his round 1.
And Ted trying to make a statement here this evening. We are not out. We are not done. You guys may have gotten the first 2 rounds, but here on Trophy, this is my world. I take the control that I want to, as he will once again be picking the same operator. 1 round down as NDE, and you can hear names Dave, or you can see him, shall I say, giving the talks, telling them exactly what they need to be doing to make the win here. But at the same time, Kill Squad, they realize that this is dire. This is the situation where they need the most control, where they need to be shutting down the angles. And as a result, it looks like they're going to be going straight back into the aviator / bar / games that they love so dearly to play. And it looks like it's going to be once again the same sort of extension. Very interesting. Very, very interesting setup. And very common, as we often see it.
It worked well for them last time. They did a really good job at getting those early, and then towards the end, they just peppered them with damage over and over again, and it left NDE in a really tough spot and forced them to end up choking out the time. They couldn't get in the doorways in the end, so hopefully NDE can fix up that issue. They are only 1 round behind Kill Squad, so they've got a lot of potential in terms of evening things back up, especially now that your Monty is being left alive this time. He hasn't been brought at picked, so that will act as the spearhead of your push this time, and like I said always before, is really good at clearing angles, rooms as well, freely without needing to worry about getting immediately picked off as soon as you walk through a doorway. It looks like a downwards up. Gospel on the lurk as well to try and get a pick of his own. Maybe a potential red stairs player as he's trying to get himself positioned up nicely, which is where Culture and 7 are currently positioned. Might be good for 2 here, but he has to be a little bit careful about the noise that he makes. Monty adding a lot of presence. Gonna make it really hard for 7 to hold there just any longer, but he's doing his best in terms of bleeding for time and doing as much damage as he can thanks to the impact nades that brought. But Rice, he's running Doc as well. He's able to heal Culture back up, but like I said, Gospel made his way to red stairs. He's able to pick the kill up onto 7 and remove the very first blood, and that's your Azami from play as well, as the control has already been forfeited on the east side of the map. More drone work to go into effect though, to try and clear out any of these bottom roamers. You've still got those frag grenades in your pockets as well. 1 in the pocket of Gospel, 2 in the sides of Happy Brown Ted. So you're able to clear out some of these common angles that majority of the players who play Insight will be playing. Your Faulty though, he's positioning himself up nicely into Study. Now that'll definitely help you in terms of common angles, but you need to use these Candelas to stop Monty in his tracks if you don't want him to get too much control and potentially get the kit down, which will completely change the narrative and how you attack and defend this side completely. It'll make it very switched up and sided. But looks like they're going for a little bit of a split now, trying to get control of the Study now. Faulty, he's got himself in a little bit of a cheeky position now. I don't know if he's aware of it just yet, but the grenades are going to go in. It doesn't look like that he was aware that he has put himself up into the corner. So that could come big later on, and there it goes, the Faulty finding the kill onto Gospel. Bring it down to an even 4-4 with 25 seconds left for both of these players. The smoke canisters will begin to roll out. Now that will be a very, very hard thing to deal with if you are NDE at the moment, because those doorways are completely cut off. Smokes will block the line of sights though. The kit is going to go down, but support of half one is going to do a lot of damage. Be able to clear out the kill onto Rice, but a nice swing of Bennicles is able to know. He didn't know that the diffuser was being planted behind maps, and Monty's shield is up. It will make it hard. A nice little hip fire there to be done to Culture. Will take it down to a 1v1, but Kiwi is down. And he's able to get the defuse.
That is it. That is all it said. All the book wrote, as the Kill Squad finally re-engages onto their prey. And even in the 1v1 situation, it does come down to a player that was already brought down, ended overall, it is done. It was ended. And as a result, they will take NDE into match point round. And right now, what a scary prospect for NDE. They've done so incredibly well in this game so far. They need to find 2 more rounds to put it into OT. Once again, we see the IGL names Dave going off. He wants his team to be doing it correctly, and this is where it gets interesting. Kill Squad, they have decided, listen, we've played 2 sites well. The second site, we haven't won as many on. We've played it well, gotten it close, but not well enough. So now, let's consider going into kitchen. Let's cut off all of the angles where we were getting caught. We know where they're going to push from when it comes to trophy, but we don't know where they're going to push from when it comes towards the kitchen site hold. So this is where we start to question. This is where it starts to get on the little interesting side, because now this is a site that no one has defended and no one has attacked yet in Kill Squad and NDE's attack / defense. But a happy brown Ted will start us off. 7. He's going to be brought off the board nice and early, and Kill Squad will now need to recuperate that.
Kill Squad still have the ability. We've seen them do it before in this matchup. They might have lost that first pick, but they have the ability to get those refrags back. They've got good communication, and those crossfires can come into effect, but can't imagine that NDE are looking to let anything slip up. It could potentially be the very last round for them, so the pressure is on to make no more mistakes for these players, and you can tell that just by how thoroughly they are droning for the moment. They are trying to make sure that there is nobody upstairs into this master bedroom before they potentially take it. We've got the OCE shield as well. That's going to be set up into the laundry to try and clear out some of those angles, and it looks like they're going for a little bit of a default, trying to get that master bedroom control to get work that vertical play that Buck has to offer as well. Nice little swing there, but you aren't able to connect the shots. The kill will elude him, but it probably plays C4 is going to go up. You're going to take control of that pantry as well. Gospel is positioned there, but the shots will give away his position, and he's going to be forced to peel off.
1 minute and 30 seconds remaining on the board. Gospel's going to start making his way back up the top. He knows that a player is close and they will be cooked perfectly. Will be able to find the kill. That's going to be Culture removed immediately. Ben starting to make his way downstairs for Gospel. But faulty nade here will go through. Will not be able to find the kill. Gospel's going to make his way up. Oh, and he's able to take down Ben as well. What's left in the magazine used to its full potential. Rice is going to get picked up by Kiwi and NDE. 1 round to go before they push it into OT. But Kill Squad now, they know exactly how NDE are going to attack if they decide to go back to kitchen. And it looks like that will be the side of choice for now. Between these two, the back and forths are so significant. 1 second you think it's all Kill Squad rated. Next second it's NDE rated. Next second it's Kill Squad rated. It's back and forth, back and forth. And so far from these teams, we expect a lot from them. They are definitely coming in to show up. And I mean, if this is how all the teams are feeling today, I'm very, very concerned for what's going to happen in the next games ahead of us, Elijah. I have a feeling that the underdogs that everyone is expecting might end up actually coming back and trying to run this.
We are getting later into the weeks, and you can imagine that they've had all the time that they needed to work out those little small issues that they've had as well. Have a look at the VODs, the things that they've done wrong, study exactly and camastrat the other teams that are in the tournament as well. So if there's any times where you shouldn't be making these mistakes and you should be getting closer in these games, it is now, and that is reigning true at the moment for both the games today, both the Panic game and the NDE game versus Kill Squad. So it's been close. like you said, it's been blow for blow, but not only for kills, but for rounds as well. For one round, you might see that NDE, they find themselves a flawless, but prior to that, Kill Squad found themselves a flawless as well. So they're both working really, really hard to take a win here, as they need to get themselves more points on the up. And just like last time, even though it was close for the previous games on this one, the same narrative is here. 3rd place versus 10th place. NDE, not really high on the board, but you wouldn't guess that just by the way that both of these teams are playing, because they're so close. They're fighting really, really hard to win against each other. It doesn't seem like they're that far apart just by their playstyles alone.
Not at all. Kodra looking to see if he can spot someone making their jump in. The ping is going to be made for a possible nitro cell location. He'll be able to spot 2. Heartbeat sensor making the work easy. Able to spot 1 more. We'll see the push coming in. Expecting the buck to open it up. May just decide to nitro cell it. But it doesn't look like it's going to be done just yet. Kiwi still on the up and up, as half on a Friday seems to understand the position, seems to understand the problem. Nitrocell is not going to go out just yet. Culture realizing that it's directly above him. It is a problem. Gospel, he's going to be making a slow way up. There's the Nitrocell. Be afraid, as it will drop the player down. He will be able to spot 2. But it will not be confirmed. Nade will come in. Kiwi's immediately going to be picked up, and they're going to try to move him out of his position. 1 player is going to be in Bakery. Rice able to find 2! And that's exactly what you want from Kill Squad. As now, a 3v5. However, Happy Brown, Ted, and Gospel are still in play. Name's Dave. He's left Diffuser all the way outside of Master, as Gospel has given it thought and has said, I'm making the push in. I want to clean this up ASAP. I want this game finished, over, finito. As name's Dave. He'll stay inside a pantry waiting for the push to come in. Gospel will be able to find 1. They need to start getting a little bit aggressive here. The diffuser has been picked up in the meantime. Happy Brown Ted will be the successor of picking that diffuser up. One's going to be spotted out. The back and forth will go through. 7. He's able to take out name's Dave. Gospel's position still unknown. It will be picked up. Rice. The damage is there. Happy Brown Ted's able to find the kill. Makes his way in. 5 seconds. It's all over. It's the end. Congratulations, Kill Squad. Easy game for you guys. Almost easy game until the plant started getting put down. That was scary.
Nah, ain't no way that was pullable. So Kill Squad, they will take their victory 7-5 against NDE. A hard-fought victory as well it was. So congratulations to them. Not to take it away from NDE, but there can only be one winner, and Kill Squad will be the successor. And a very, very, very close game of Villa.
Well, I don't think we expected it to be that close, if I'm honest with you. It was a 7-5. We expected somewhat of a little bit more of a blowout coming in from Kill Squad. But, however, NDE showed up for this match. And if the trend keeps going, Elijah, we're going to have a small issue here, because we're going to have a lot of teams making upsets this evening. AE almost made an upset on PNC. NDE almost made an upset on Kill Squad. Next game is, I think, the game that everyone is waiting for. Trident versus Riot. That is the game that I would love to see an absolute comeback from the side of Trident. Maybe they'll be able to easily just run over these two teams. Maybe they'll struggle. We never will know until we actually cast that match, which will be the next match. Bandits versus Naughty as well. That's still on its way, still coming. But I mean, it is what it is. Well, it looks like we'll be getting 7 in for the interview shortly. But talking about that match, I mean, Kill Squad, they had a few issues at the beginning, were able to try and secure it, but it wasn't completed. However, we have the man, the myth, the legend to join us today. 7, how are you doing, my friend?
We're doing pretty well, thank you. How are you?
Good. Watching your match, you played incredibly well. we could see that coming back and forth. You had a little bit of issues at the beginning, seemingly struggled with the first 2 rounds, but after that got through it pretty easy, and then a bit of a struggle on the defensive side when it came to Trophy. What do you think ended up going wrong on the defensive side for Trophy?
I think we're not adapting to their pushes fast enough. We're like, oh yeah, we should do this or that, and then not actually doing it. So we just kind of didn't. I didn't do the game plan properly.
Yeah, completely understandable. Now I gotta ask, did you expect to go to Villa? And if you did your team prepare for this at all? Have you guys been scrimming, preparing or working on your your communication, anything like that on sort of inside of your team?
We thought Villa was pretty likely. I wouldn't say we did any special preparation. We knew they'd probably play Monty a bit. Probably should have adapted to that sooner. But other than that, it was just, oh yeah, we can go to Villa. It's likely, and we're happy there, so we'll win anyway. It's okay.
Now, with the most recent games within this tournament, you guys have started to show your colours. You're in 3rd place. You obviously have had a few issues going up against teams like Panic, teams like, I believe you guys have gone up against Riot. I may be wrong, but so far throughout the season, you guys have been improving, and we've been gladly watching that and casting that as we have gone through. What do you guys think? How do you think you're going to approach the other big teams in this competition when you end up going up against them?
We play against everyone, shoot them, win, and go further. It's just a matter of practicing well. Sometimes we don't have time to practice. It shows. Sometimes we do have time to practice, and then we win very easily.
That's very true. Having that consistency there is always the key way to taking your victories. So I got to ask, before we head off and move out of the interview, do you have anything to say towards anybody watching, or any shout outs or anything like that?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my mum for watching. First game of mine she's watched. Go mum, thanks. And whoever's watching the VOD back.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Seven. It's been very lovely having you, and I can't wait to see you again. Best of luck in the future, my man.
Thank you very much. See you later.
Catch you later, 7. Well, that is it for this game. That is the end of NDE versus Kill Squad. But wait, there's more. We still have 2 more games to show you guys. It is going to be still 2 very interesting matches. My favorite match for this evening is up next. It's going to be a fun one. It's going to be very interesting. So we hope to see you all there. We're going to take a short break, but we'll be back soon. See you guys in a few minutes.